If you're struggling to find the best pair of jeans for your body type, then the struggle is about to be over. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome to my channel. Now, apart from swimwear, I'd have to say that jeans are probably one of the trickiest things to buy, especially with the washes and styles and cuts and shapes and fabrics that are on offer these days. Those things are great, but they also add to the challenge of finding the perfect pair. So today I'm going to make it really simple. I have also created a free printable of what I've discussed in today's episode so that after this you can download it for absolutely free and you can refer back to it if you need a little bit of a reference. But essentially today I'm talking about the different body types and the exact jeans that work for each body type. And be sure to watch to the very end because that's where I'm sharing some top tips and advice for buying the perfect pair, and those tips really work for everyone. And in my opinion, there is a perfect pair of jeans for everyone, and if you haven't found yours yet, it just means you've been unlucky, or perhaps you haven't understood some of the very simple principles around your body type and which styles are going to suit you. And hopefully in this video you will have a newfound understanding and appreciation for the particular styles that you need to look out for, because owning a great pair of jeans, or two or three, really can be a game changer when it comes to creating a multitude of amazing outfits, and outfits that are casual, that they can work for more dressy occasions. A great pair of jeans is a fantastic foundation piece to own. So let's get started. Now, there are only really two key factors when it comes to finding the perfect pair of jeans, and I did touch on this a second ago. One is the outfit that you are wearing and the proportions of that outfit, and the other is simply your body shape. But don't worry, I'll explain how these two things work together, and this video is going to be really simple because there's nothing worse than having a video that is even more confusing. So I have pared things back and made it really simple. And as I said earlier, I do have a free printable that you can download after you've watched this video, and that's just a little reference that you can check back to from time to time. And I will leave a link to that free PDF down in the description box below. So if anything's getting a little confusing, which I'm pretty sure that it won't, I have simplified this, but you have got that PDF to refer to as well. Now, I can't put together a video like this without actually talking about fabric, and denim fabrics have really come a long way in the last number of years. And regardless of whether you choose a rigid 100% cotton denim that is not going to give at all, or if you opt for a denim that's more technologically advanced and perhaps it contains some stretch that will help sculpt your body in all the right places, fabric does play a part in it. But as I just mentioned, the two key things that you really do need to focus on is the proportions and how they relate to your body shape. And speaking of which, I've broken this video into 5 different body types. And you may be a mix of a couple of these body types, but what this is going to do is provide a bit of a guideline to help you navigate the confusing world of buying denim. So when you do go into store to try on some pairs, you're going to know what to grab first. It's not going to be a sea of denim and you really don't know where to start. So let's get on with these 5 different body types and the jeans that most flatter them. Now, first up is your classic apple body type. And when it comes to an apple, you generally tend to carry most of your weight around your midsection, particularly around your tummy. You don't essentially have a defined waist. You also can often have a fuller bust, and you do tend to have slim arms and slim legs. Apples also tend to have relatively small bottoms as well. So the key to finding the best pair of jeans for an apple body is all in the legs. Your legs are one of your best assets, so it's all about showing them off. So for that reason, your most flattering style of jeans is a skinny jean. And I don't care what people say about denim and denim trends. At the end of the day, you're always going to feel more comfortable in a style that suits you and suits your body type. So for apple body types, skinnies work incredibly well. And showing off a little bit of your ankle also works well because your ankles are dainty. And you can team these skinnies with more of a floaty top. Now, I'm not saying something that's super floaty and oversized, but perhaps a slightly oversized shirt, which just skims your body. And it's also worth mentioning too that the best type of skinny jeans for apples is skinnies with a bit of stretch in them. You do need a bit of movement, especially a jean that is a little forgiving around your waist. So think about skinnies as being your top priority, skinnies with a little bit of stretch, perhaps showing your ankle. Now, if you have an apple body and skinnies are just not your thing, then you don't have to worry. There are other options for you as well. Now, the other option for you is to go for a boot cut style jean or a jean with a slight flare. And what that tends to do is balance out your proportions. So giving the sort of wider top half a little bit of balance with widening out at the leg as well. And because it is all about showing your legs and not hiding them, I'd also say that you could opt for like a girlfriend style jean, which is, it's like a boyfriend, but not quite as baggy. So you don't want to hide your legs, but you can just create a little bit more balance with the styles that you choose. And if you're confused about balance, it's very much just about if you are broader up top, you want to create a little bit of broadness down the bottom. So you don't create this really tight upside down triangle. You just create a little bit more balance, which does create more of a seamless outfit. Anyway, at this point, I'd just like to say a very big thank you to the team at Peak for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. Now, before you fast forward, I would really love you to hear about these two delicious tasting drinks that are, in my mind, a great addition to my anti-aging regime. So first up is the beautiful BT Fountain, and this is a delicious tasting beauty electrolyte, but it also has great skincare benefits as well. All you do is pop a sachet into water and you mix it up and drink it. The great thing is it tastes absolutely yummy. I'm kind of a huge fan of these. And I don't know about you guys, but if you struggle drinking enough water like I do, this just makes your daily water intake so much easier to achieve. And it also makes sense to be hydrating my skin from the inside as well as the outside. I spend a whole lot of money on really good skincare products, so it does make a lot of sense to me to do what I can internally as well, and that's where the BT Fountain comes in. I'm also a huge fan of their Sun Goddess matcha. It's absolutely delicious, and if you're a fan of matcha, you are going to love this one. And as you probably already know, that all matchas aren't created equal. This one is ceremonial grade and it is creamy and absolutely yummy. Both come in really handy sachets, so you always get the right amount, and they're light, they are easy to store, and they are also easy to travel with, which is perfect for me. I'm also delighted to say that the team at Peak is offering you a 15% discount off your order for a limited time, and also everyone who orders will get this very cool glass beaker and a rechargeable frother. I have so much fun with this frother. It is very cool. So definitely take advantage of this offer. I am 56 years old and try and do everything I can to nourish my skin from within and also externally with the products that I use. I can hand on heart recommend both of these products. They're also really yummy, which makes them easier to use and enjoy regularly. So definitely give them a go. If you're looking for some yummy, warm treat, then the matcha's for you. And if, like me, you're struggling to get enough water in, then the BT Fountain is going to make that really easy. So take advantage of this offer, 15% discount. I will leave a link in the description box below, and you also get that free glass beaker and rechargeable frother. So what are you waiting for? Anyway, let's get back to jeans. Now, next up is a pear shape, and of course, if you have a pear shape, you tend to have narrower shoulders. You're kind of narrower across the shoulders, and you potentially have more fullness in your hips, your butt, and your tummy, so creating that perfect pear shape. Now, the best style of jeans for you is either boot cut or a wide leg jean, because both of these styles tend to elongate your body, and that creates the most flattering look for a pear-shaped body. One thing that you do need to really steer clear of is any low-rise jeans. Low-rise is a really tricky style to wear for most body types. What I do suggest you opting for is a darker wash, a dark sort of indigo or a dark black, because regardless of what we think, those darker shades of denim are going to be slimming and the most elongating to your legs. And when it comes to the most flattering rise for you, it would definitely have to be a high rise, because what the high rise tends to do is nip you in at the waist and really show off those natural curves. And again, proportion really comes into the outfit. So anything that's going to give you a little bit more width and structure across your shoulders, or create a little bit more oomph around your neck with a statement necklace or a scarf, that will help to sort of balance out your proportions and balance out your hips and create more of a seamless silhouette as well. Now, next up is your classic hourglass, and essentially you have broader shoulders, you definitely have some hips, and you are nipped in at the waist. So you're very much that hourglass shape. A real hourglass can also have potentially a little bit more booty and fullness around your hips and thighs. So the most flattering styles for you are any jeans that are a higher rise, and the higher rise tends to just very much highlight your natural, beautiful curves and shape. So again, opt for something that is a higher rise, and because you have that sort of width in your shoulders, you can still wear the width in your jeans as well, so either slightly bootleg or boyfriend style jeans, wide leg jeans. You definitely have some options here. What I would say though is to steer clear of 100% cotton denim, because it sits too rigidly, and if you do have an hourglass figure, and even if you are a pear shaped, what you should really opt for is a jean with a little bit of stretch in it, so that then the jeans will actually hug your figure and not sort of rigidly sit hard, and you'll end up with that sort of the gape at the waistband. So definitely, if you do have more curves, always opt for jeans that have a little bit of stretch. And when it comes to stretch, my rule of thumb is never any stretch fabric over 2% elastin. Now, the reason for that is because anything higher than 2% just doesn't wear well, it doesn't wash well, and even worse, they'll be tight when you put them on out of the wash, but they stretch out really fast in that first wearing. So within an hour of wearing the jeans, they're potentially one size larger. So no more than 2% elastine, and definitely opt for some stretch in your jeans if you do have curves. It's definitely going to fit you and be far more flattering. But when it does boil down to it, an hourglass figure can pretty much get away with any style and shape of jeans, because skinnies work really well for you too. So you guys have the most options when it comes to different jean styles that are going to work for you. But if you're looking for a little bit more of a contemporary look, I would probably err on the side of going for more of a wide leg jean or a slight flared jean, just to give you a more modern look. Now, the next body type is more of a rectangular body type, and if you have a body like this, you've got more of an athletic body. You're more straight up and down, so you don't tend to have a visible waist. And what you potentially need to focus on is creating the illusion of some curves. And the way to do that is potentially adding a little bit more volume with like a baggy boyfriend style jean. Lighter washes work really well for you, just to sort of add a little bit more volume. But if you do have more of a rectangular body shape, you are pretty lucky, because it does mean you can lean either way. You can go with that long, lean style, or you can create the illusion of curves by adding a little bit more volume in your jeans and changing up the wash from a darker wash to a lighter wash. But any style of jean does really work for you. So skinnies will also work for you. It's very much about the type of look that you're going for. If you want to create that illusion of curves, you need to think about the jeans bringing you in at the waist, so being kind of potentially more of a mid to high rise jean as well. But as I said, you can pretty much go for anything depending on the look that you are trying to achieve. And if you're still finding that the jeans are not giving you that sort of sense of shape, what you could do is opt for tops that kind of just give you a little bit more fullness as well. And one of the styles that's very much happening for 2024 is peplums. They're coming back. They are perfect for you because they do sort of create that illusion of a waist, and a peplum can look great over a pair of jeans. So think about the tops that you add and pair with some of your jeans as well, just to create that illusion of curves. Oh, and if you do opt for, say, an oversized shirt hanging out, what I would suggest doing is doing a bit of a half tuck, because again, that will give the illusion of a waist. And not a full tuck, because you will actually see that there really isn't much of a waistline happening there, but a bit of a half tuck kind of gives that illusion of a waist. So just think about some of those tops that you pair with the jeans as well. Now, next up is a strawberry body type, and essentially you have wider and sort of broader shoulders, and you have narrower hips, slender legs, not much of a butt to speak of, so you're very much wider at the top than you are around your waist and hips. And because a strawberry is basically the reverse of a pear, the advice is reversed as well. So you need to look out for lighter washes or some kind of clever detailing on the denim. So these things will help make your hips and legs look larger and have more of a balancing effect. Best style of jeans for you are any jeans that add more width and volume on your lower half. So anything with a wide leg, a boyfriend style, you want to just create a little bit of balance there with your shoulders. What works really well for this body type too is basically wearing a fitted top in a darker color is always going to work well and be really flattering, because you're keeping the top half fitted and adding your volume where you don't naturally have it, which is your bottom half. So that's where you opt for slightly baggier jeans, slightly lighter washes, 90s style boyfriend kind of jeans, or a wide leg, and that will really give you some nice balance. Now we've got the body types and the particular styles that are going to be the most flattering for each body type. I regularly get asked which jeans are the most slimming across the board, and the key to this is very much the wash of the jeans, more so than the style and the cut of the jeans. So anything in a deeper, darker wash, and jeans that they have a wash where potentially you see a lighter wash down the center of your leg, that sort of creates an illusion of length and helps to elongate the legs. Any denim that has contrast stitching, because again, that contrast stitching creates that visual illusion of long lines. So it's about the wash and the color of the denim that creates the most slimming effect. So for example, if you're pear-shaped and you have a larger bottom and sort of fuller hips, wearing a dark wash pair of jeans will not only make this part of your body look slimmer, but the whole of your figure will look more in proportion too. Now, if there was one universally flattering rise of jean, that would be a mid-rise jean, so not too high and definitely not low. But as I said earlier, there are various different rises that tend to suit different figures more so than others. But if there is that universally flattering rise, it would be a mid-rise jean. But at the end of the day, the best pair of jeans for you are the jeans that make you feel amazing, that are comfortable, that suit your personal style and your lifestyle. And there is that pair out there for you. It is about just trying on a lot. It's almost like kissing a bunch of frogs to find the Prince Charming. Same thing applies with your jeans. It's about trying until you uncover that perfect style for you. So I also wanted to share some key tips when it comes to shopping for jeans, and I think I've got about 8 top tips that are worth noting down as well. And these are also included in the free downloadable. So number 1 on my list is to make sure that you shop in person for your jeans instead of shopping online. Now, I'm a big fan of shopping online, but because jeans are tricky to buy, you need to try them on. Of course, if you already own a pair in that particular brand and they work well and they fit well, chances are you can buy them online and they will also work again. But if you're still trying to find that perfect elusive pair, make sure you do it in person. And when you are trying on your jeans, what I always recommend is taking in 3 sizes of each style with you. So the size that you think you are, and one size larger and one size smaller. They all fit differently, and sizing is all over the place, and there's nothing worse than being trapped in a fitting room. You've got one size and you need help to get a smaller size or a larger size. So I always recommend, if you find a style that you love, take 3 sizes in. Also, that gives you the option of just seeing how a slightly smaller pair will fit or a slightly larger pair will fit and fall on your body as well. So the 3 size rule is a biggie. Now, skinny jeans tend to get a bit of a bad rap, but I actually think that there's a pair of skinny jeans for everyone. They do suit and potentially flatter every figure, but the caveat here is that it depends on what you pair them with, depending on your figure. So don't rule out skinny jeans as a good option, but if you have a certain body type, for instance, if you are an apple, you do need to sort of balance those proportions. But don't overestimate the power of a great pair of skinny jeans. Just because wide legs and high rise wide leg jeans have been happening for the last couple of seasons, don't underestimate how valuable a great pair of skinnies can be as well. Another thing to think about too is the length of jeans. So cropped jeans and cropped pants are very much a happening thing at the moment, and they are continuing on into next year, but they can tend to make you look shorter and your legs look shorter. So if you like some of the cropped styles, what I do tend to suggest is still trying to create a seamless look by pairing some shoes in the same color as the jeans, or certainly trying to create an unbroken line so that your jeans don't end, you can see your ankles and then you've got shoes. That sort of breaking up of your legs definitely tends to shorten them, and it's not always as flattering. If you're super tall, then that's absolutely fine, but for most people of an average height, I do think you have to proceed with caution when it comes to cropped jeans and pants. Also, pockets, the size of pockets really matters, and mostly I'm talking about the pockets on the back of the jeans. So the smaller and the higher the placement of the pockets, the more pert and perky your butt will appear, and equally so if the pockets on the back of your jeans are kind of wider or if they're placed lower, you will tend to have that illusion of your butt being a little wider and potentially bigger than it is. These can be good things to use if you're trying to create more of a booty or reduce the appearance of the size of your booty, but just remember that the size of these pockets definitely impacts on the illusion of how your booty will look in them. And as I touched on earlier, seams are one of the things that can really create that illusion of length in your legs as well. And a lot of jeans at the moment have a lot of detailing and stitching and panels that come down your leg, go across your leg. The pair that I'm wearing at the moment, you probably can't really see, have that. So anything that creates that illusion of length or really gives that sort of illusion of an unbroken line is going to create a longer, leaner silhouette. So think about some of those details in some of the jeans that you're buying as well. A lot of the patchwork jeans, they may look cool, but they can also tend to break up your legs as well. So think unbroken, long, lean lines when it comes to seams on your jeans. Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, I'd love you to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and take advantage of that discount code that I shared with you earlier from Peak. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.